or the few things that you can control, you need to put that stuff in check. And the one thing we all know is that our hair is like almost the best extension of ourselves. You know how women are emotional with hair. Like when you're going through a tough situation, you either dye your hair, you do the big chop. Like hair is such an extension of you as a person, and I feel like you need to protect it at all costs. I personally right now have a very interesting relationship with my hair because it's like it's not growing, but is it growing and I can't see that it's growing? Like I'm very confused because I'm just like, all right, here we are. Have you gone an inch? I want it to be on my this level. It's just not getting there. It's been like 5 years after my big chop. So I don't know. What is your relationship with your hair?
Honestly, we okay. We're
Yeah?
friends. We coexisting. We're not fighting. I'm happy to be here. My hair is happy to be here. We're just chilling. I just don't have an adverse relationship with my hair. And unfortunately, it's common for most black people because of the type of hair we have. It's a bit difficult to manage. And sometimes you want to be true to yourself and you want to rock your natural hair, but that's also high maintenance because you're constantly looking for ways to moisturize it and make sure it stays okay. But at the same time, you're like, I don't like suffering, so just relax it and go however it's going to go. But a way you can actually just maintain your hair is moisturizing. There's absolutely no reason for you to be out here. You can even start a fire by just walking in the sun. That's not necessary, babes. And it's so simple to do it if you have clean hair. Clean hair is the basis of everything. So, because it makes no sense for you to be moisturizing dirty hair. So even before you sleep, you just like spritz a bit of oil and then you lock in the moisture with a bit of oil specifically for your hair. And then you just go to sleep and you wake up in the morning with nice moisturized hair. Don't be out here walking with a fire hazard. Because we know it's been known to happen.
Another thing that's becoming really, really common is like traction alopecia, because of like the pulling and the pulling and the pulling. Your hair is always up in a musado like mine. So you're losing all your edges. Your edges are constantly getting lost. Now you're pulling and pulling and pulling. You're losing your edges. You're getting traction alopecia because of that. In addition to that, there's also something else I've been learning a lot quite actually. Do you know that some people just need to have their hair constantly washed? You know those people who like you're constantly itching and you're like, what's going on? When you put oil on your hair, on your scalp, it feels so itchy. Like some people's hair is supposed to be washed at least every 2 days. So you need to be listening to your hair. What am I doing? When you do something, you're monitoring. You're like, what's going on? But the one thing, in addition to spritzing your hair with moisture or water, rose water, whatever it is you're using, and then adding oil, you need to make sure that you are taking care of it at night by sleeping in something that is conducive. Sio ati uko huko, wow, umejifunga mavitambaa zingine hata sijui nini. No. It's very simple. Bonnets nowadays, people are selling them just across the road. A satin bonnet, a silk bonnet for all of 100 shillings. You can find them everywhere nowadays. So instead of putting your hair in like a really tight, difficult and uncomfortable position, grab a satin bonnet, grab a satin scarf, grab a silk scarf. They are again available literally everywhere, and wrap your hair with that. Why? It is soft on your edges, it is soft on your scalp, it is breathable. It allows for you to actually get your scalp breathing at night and not suffocated. And it can be very helpful with ensuring that you're not feeling that. Unajua, when you wake up and you're feeling sting because of there's too much sweat scalp, now it's itchy. Those are things you can avoid by using the right type of clothing or wraps or scarves when you're going to bed. So satin and silk.
There are even hats and beanies that are lined inside with satin. Let me tell you, technology has come far. Human beings will always find a way to make breathable material. And another thing I think Kathomi has mentioned is protective styling.
Yeah.
Hii kila siku nashuka lines zimetoka hapa. Your hairline is going with them.
Yep.
Or tight hairstyles, or pulling your hair back until it pulls your eyes like this. You know, you want to go for Kim Kardashian, so you snatch your face using your hair. That is not. And I know Kim Kardashian does it, and it works for her, okay? Akona pesa, watu akona pesa wakunangi na hizi mambo. Lakini you, Waitherero, you start snatching your face. You want to look, you start snatching your face with your hair. And let me tell you, you know, when your bun is tight and uko town, kuna joto, kuna kelele, you're overstimulated, you know, you can go mad. You just want to
Yep.
like
Instant
unwrap
headache.
it, remove it. Or anytime you've tied your hair up and when you remove it, you feel relief. That's not nice. It's not supposed to feel like that. So just look for very protective hairstyles. You could do like very thick braids just to, if you're doing wigs, you can do braids that you can like spritz with like leave-in conditioner just to refresh them, and from time to time you can do things that don't have to harm your hairline.
And in addition, you mentioned perming, texturizing, stroke relaxing your hair. And a lot of people who transition from natural hair to texturized or permed or relaxed hair, you tend to assume it's going to be easier. No, simply because you have made your strands a little more straight doesn't mean you also don't need to be taking care of it. Like, there are things you need to be doing consistently. For example, sticking to a routine. Like, every 2 weeks I go and get my hair treated. Every 1 month I get my hair retexturized or relaxed. If you have natural hair, every you know, week or 2 weeks I do like a full deep clean, where you do like a clay clean. Unachukua clay, unaosha nayo, una cleanse, the same way you do your face. You cleanse your face and then you apply moisture. It's the same thing you do, making sure that you're consistently hydrating yourself and consistently hydrating your scalp as well. Additionally, making sure that if you are starting a routine, for example, you know, these nightly scalp massages, and I've seen this, the derma rollers as well for like your scalp and stuff. Like, be consistent with that stuff, because you can't say that you tried it for a week and then you're like, oh my god, my hair never grows, oh my god, my hair is so. No, have you tried to make sure that you're consistent with that? If you decide to get your hair dyed or, you know, bleached or stuff like that, make sure. A lot of people lose hair from bleaching and dyeing your hair a different color because you're not moisturizing your hair. Dye makes your hair dry, and therefore if you're not consistently nourishing your scalp, consistently nourishing your hair, you will fall behind and your hair will start splitting because it is already really dry and brittle. So make sure that you have a routine. Decide whether you do a weekly wash, decide whether you are those people who do pre-poo and then you do an actual shampoo. Are you doing an oil cleanse? Are you doing, like, decide what you want to do and then keep it consistent. That will help and go a long way in making sure that you retain your hair and you make it as healthy as you possibly can.
I hope we have helped you out. I hope you're going to stay consistent and not be always complaining about your hair. It takes a lot of dedication and discipline for you to have the results you want. But I think that was our show, unless you have something else to add.
Absolutely not. Take care of your hair. Your hair is your crown. And also, don't fall into the trends. Like, this particular hair oil is trending, ndio huko ndani. This one is trending this week, ndio huko ndani. Trends will ruin your hair the same way they will ruin your skin. Find what works for you and continue doing that. If you keep hopping on everything, you will end up not only damaging your skin, but you will end up damaging your hair as well. And eat right, I guess. No, eat right, drink water, stay hydrated, because your body is also an extension of what your hair looks like. I think that's pretty much it. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. My name is Kathomi.
My name is Trupy. Goodbye.